And welcome along to Inside Line Racing. This is ILR5 and we are at the 4th round here at the Circuit de Catalunya in Spain in this 11 round season. I'm Jess and I'll be your commentator for this evening as per usual, and the championship is really close right now. So far this season we've had 3 different winners, 3 different pole sitters and 9 different podium sitters out of 3 races. It's probably one of the closest championships I've ever commentated on. Absolutely crazy. I'll go through the standings very quickly with you in a minute, but I'm just running on board with Verstappen as he is on his out lap at the moment. Well, he's on his flying lap at the moment, going through the start of sector 2. Now, if you're watching ILR7 or ILR6, or if you watch ILR7, you probably see me bottle it quite a few times tonight. Not my best races. Hopefully the drivers tonight will have a better race than I did. But it's looking like it is similar conditions. It's quite cloudy at the moment, still dry. There's someone that was on his out lap, I think, and again trying to get out of the way of Verstappen. But anyway, Verstappen scored a few more corners to go. A few corners before that, after DRS. That's probably one of the most tricky corners on the circuit. Chapelli took the first time on the board. What can Verstappen do? He's on the 7 mediums at the moment. So what can he do? It is pole. 1:18.4. So we are going to see some banker times at the moment, just so they can get a little bit of a feel of what's going on. So let's just see how everyone else does as well. We got a few options of tyres tonight. We have got the softs, the supers, and the mediums. So those are the tyres tonight. And whoa, that's Chapelli. That's bottled it into, I think it was turn 7 or 8. I can't remember what corner he bottled it, but that is his qualifying over, which is a bit of a shame. So I'm just going to try and find someone that's on an outlap that I can follow now. Lorenzo might be on one, not entirely sure, as he is going through sector 2 now, the same place I followed Verstappen. I think he probably is because he's on ERS mode 4 at the moment. So whilst we do that, let's have a quick look at your championship standings so you can see how close it is. Even though Verstappen hasn't won a race this season, he is leading the Drivers' Championship. He's been very consistent apart from the first race. He got 13th in Australia, P2 in China and P4 in Bahrain. So hopefully he's looking for a better result today. We've got Ritson in 2nd, Owen Wyatt in 3rd, Chapelli in 4th, Carmen's 5th, Joe 6th. Senna with a fantastic result last week as Lorenzo just hit the bollard there. We got Larkin in 8th, Huberto in 9th and Danestar 10th. And it was very unfortunate for Danestar to have that incident last week, but he can't make it tonight unfortunately, so he will not be racing. And then we've got Cam K, then Paul McGuinness, Jay Carthy, Conquest, Rich, Aero Specialist, RZDB, Lorenzo, Niels and Farber. Only 16 drivers tonight, not everyone can make it. And let's get the constructors. I need to try and find the constructors. There we go. The constructors, Haas winning by 8 points to Mercedes, which is pretty close. And then it's Renault with 39 points, and it's Red Bull with 37. Joint 4th is pretty much Red Bull and Ferrari, so that's going to be a tight constructors battle, I must say. And we've got the Force India, then the McLaren, Williams, Toro Rosso, and Sauber again, the only not to score a point. Now Warren is no longer a driver here on this league, so that's why our reserve driver is now full time. So that is good news. So that was your standings for you. So quite a few people, if I go to best right now, a lot of people have set their lap times on the mediums, so just to get a little bit of a feel, and then once it gets to the end they'll start their laps on the softs and possibly the supers if they're low down and want to still get a respective lap time. So RZDV on a lap right now as he is trying to get the best lap possible. He's on the softs at the moment. Good tide to be starting a race on, I reckon. Has the most grip out of the mediums. Oh, that's not going to be a validated lap, I don't think, from RZDV. He just lost it a little bit there. A few people lost it earlier on as well, so to be honest, I'm not really that surprised, if to be honest with you. As RZDB is going to go across the final corner. I think it's going to be in bad day anyway. So let's just see who else could be on one. I do see a little bit of debris still on the track. So I wonder what that is caused by. Well, again, we'll have to find out. Faber in the Williams on his lap as well. RZDB is actually 6th, so his mistake did not cost him. And he stays where he is at the moment. So 10 drivers set a lap time at this stage. So let us know your thoughts in the comments or the stream, whatever way. Just let us know who you think is going to get pole position. Now Faber, is he going to challenge the pole? Now he is a person that's got quite a few points for the Williams team. Larkin has scored quite a few as well, so it's been a mixture back for both of them. As Faber comes across the line, he goes P9. So not the fastest on track yet, but if I look at the, wait a minute, if I look at the leader, there we go, the gaps are not quite close enough yet, but the top two, Verstappen, Ritson, pretty close. It was good to see Ritson have a very good dominant win last week. It was good to see him back to winning ways. I think, to be honest, my predictions, if someone's going to get a 4th win today, it will have to be Verstappen. I think. So, no pressure. But he's on the softs anyway, so that's fine. Niels is interestingly going on the supers, so... but if he is qualifying down low anyway, it doesn't really matter because you get free choice of tyre. Now, considering they're all on the mediums and softs, I presume that the weather's going to be dry for the race. So, yes. I remember last season in the old ILR4, which is this ILR5, it was quite cloudy in the qualifying and quite dry in the race. So I wonder if we're going to see a repeat in that today. We'll have to find out. As I was thinking Chapuis is not on that, but no, he isn't. We're starting to see the sun start up to go up a little bit as the track is starting to rubber up, which is really good for the drivers. They need to wait for the last possible moment to see if they can get a fast lap in on the softest compound that they can, but not yet though, as it's still quite calm and quite cloudy and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting actually. But we will see. In ILR7, the fastest lap time was a 1:17. I can't remember what. It was 1:17-ish. So we could see. I think we will see someone going to the 1:16s, but not everyone. I don't think. So we'll have to wait and see. Is Ahmed I think is about to start flyer. Yes, he is. As Ahmed is doing quite well for Forcini along with Rich as well. Rich got a pole. I think it was either last week or the week before. I wonder if Ahmed can get a pole as well to match his teammate. I think it would be nice, actually, in the standings, it would be nice if they had like a comparison between teammates on qualifying, because that would be quite good. So, yeah, good to see 8 of you watching the stream. Nice to see you. Don't forget, ILR4 is happening at the same time as well, so if you want to have both streams on at the same time, you're more than welcome. So, yes, as Ahmed is going through the very tricky... Oh, yeah, I think I probably jinxed him there as he goes into the gravel. I almost lost it today in that corner, but the trick is, don't go full throttle in that corner, because otherwise you're definitely going to lose the back end, and that's definitely going to cost you. And I was running medium traction as well. I'm not confident in running no TC at the moment yet, so... Yeah, as Ahmed has abandoned his lap there because of that, and he's going into the pits. So, how about Niels though? Niels, I think he's on a lap at the moment. We'll just have to wait and see. Lorenzo and Camke are the only ones not to set lap time. I think one of them might be on a quali ban, or Niels is struggling a lot with his supers. Now, if he stays where he is, he'll have free choice of tyres anyway, and he's out. He's out of qualifying. A lot of people already have been retired from qualifying, so... That is very unfortunate for Niels. So quite a lot of people in the pits actually. The only person not in the pits is Faber, and he's going into the pits. So, and he almost spinned it in the pits there. He caught it just in time, I think. So, yeah, he'll have time to go for another one, as what most of these guys are. But Roberto still out on the Ferrari. He's been on there for about a lap now, and he's going to do another one. No, he's not. He's going into the pits. I should know that. So everybody in the pits. It's quite a quiet time, so if people are looking to get a lap in, it is recommended to get one in now, because then, you know. So, yeah. When I started racing in F120, I think I was 17, the first race I did in Spain, I went full throttle in that tricky corner, and I bottled it. And I've learned not to go full throttle then. So, yeah. That is why. But there may be a few people that don't know that, so that's why it is important to say. Verstappen on a lap at the moment, trying to go faster. What lap tyre is he on? He's on the softs. What did he say his best lap time on the softs again? Ritson said his best time on the medium, but he's fitted the softs as well, so maybe he could possibly challenge Verstappen for pole. So we'll have to find out, as Verstappen is going through a few set corners. He's the only one on the track, so I can't really follow anybody else. I followed him earlier on because he was one of the first guys to go out on that. Chapoli's still quite comfortable in third, so maybe he's not out of the woods yet, unless we see some good lap times. Looks like it's not going to be a fast one for Verstappen. No, it's not. And as Joe is going on his out lap as well. Joe has been scoring some consistent points as well, which helping his teammate quite a lot as well. In China, we've seen those two battling quite a lot with Joe and Verstappen. So I wonder if those teammates will be fighting again. And quite a mixed bag track today. A few people are struggling. A few people are doing very well. Most people actually like this track. It's more of a like of that. So, you know. So anyway, we've got Joe. I'm actually going to follow Joe on the lap, actually, to see if he goes on the lap. We'll have to find out. I think we got Fernandez watching in the chat, my ILR7 teammate. Good to have you on. Well, good to see you in the chat. So here we go. We've got to follow on board Joe with a hot lap. So here we go. He wasn't that bad on his out lap though, so this is going to put less pressure on him. Going into turn one, he kissed the curb there. He's going to go to the left-hand side, go all the way to 5th, 6th, and then all the way up, going into the long uphill, then into 7th, and then go right by the right-hand curb to get better momentum. Now he is using full ERS. He manages ERS well. He's going to stay to the left and then go all the way to the right to get the next turn in. This is very crucial. You stay to the right and then go right to the left and then right again. Next comes the potential DRS zone. Well, it is the DRS zone. See what he could do here. He managed to get that in quite quickly. Braking just before the 100 meter board here. Now approaching the tricky, I think I would like to call it the demon corner. I will probably call it the demon corner this race, to be honest. As Joe got final few corners to go. It's looking like not a bad one. It's probably going to put him in the middle of the pack, I think. But it's not going to be the fastest. We'll just have to find out. So what lap time is he going to set on P2 actually? So that is good from Joe. Now Ritson, he's coming across the final corner. I think he's on his out lap, I think. I won't be surprised if he is. Yes, he is. He's on his out lap. So he is bumping the RS anyway. So he's going on one. So we'll keep an eye on that. So Chapolili drops him down the order. Roberto's on one. Yes, everyone is going out now. And everyone is on the soft. As Conquest goes to third. He's pretty happy with his time. He retired. So, yes. And everyone is going out. A few people might have been left a little bit too late to get their laps in, but everyone is out anyway. Jay Carty is out as well. I'm just trying to see who's the furthest on their lap and who's going to be who's going to be the last person to cross the finish line. As Paul is just set 1:19. So I'm actually going to get the fastest lap there. 1:19.2 is his fastest lap at the moment. So he's still got some time to make up as well. I think that was his out lap anyway. So anyone else have time to take one more lap as Farber's going into the pits. Carmed's going through sector 2. It's quite tricky to find actually who is best to follow that lap in as Farber's retired. Yeah, he is had enough of that's another Force India. That is Rich that's just dived it in. That was a little bit of a mistake from Rich, I must say. And yeah, that is his qualifying over. So, but Carmed is on 1. I'm actually going to try and follow someone I haven't followed because otherwise it's a bit rude. Alberto's probably furthest on the lap. They've got 5 seconds to go. Who's going to be the last person to cross the line? Probably going to go to sector 3. It's probably, I think, Jay Carty, I think, is going to be the last to cross the line unless he bottles his lap. Only a few cars on track at the moment. Verstappen only can manage second. Paul McGuinness going third though. So Paul again manages to out-qualify his teammate. But Roberto does have another chance to get a lap in. Is it going to be a fast one though? He is not keeping to the racing line, so I don't think it is one. But I think it is one of the Red Bull drivers that moves out of the way. I think that is Owen Wyatt. Yes, it is. Or it might be Jay Carty actually. Yeah, no, it is Owen. As there's a little bit of a slide from him as he's lost it in the grass. So he's going to have his lap invalidated. And that's, I think, his qualifying over. So he's going to start 14th on the grid. So Jay Carty, let's just see how he does. He probably could fare better maybe as he goes towards the final corner. Can he beat Ritson's time? We'll have to wait and see. He manages 8th fastest. So Ritson is your pole man. And once again, for the 4th race in a row, a 4th different pole sitter. I cannot believe it if I say it myself. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I never experienced a league race where there's been 4 people, different people on pole. I think if I'm right it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it might be the case actually. And we could see the Ritson. We could see Ritson break that streak of different winners as he could get another win. But I'm not going to jinx it here. I'm not going to jinx it because Ritson won't be very happy with me if I do that. So we are about to get the standings. There we go. So the top 8 did their laps on the soft. So that's where they'll be starting their lap. We got Ritson on pole. Verstappen in P2. Paul McGuinness in 3rd. Good qualifying for him. His qualifying has been very good recently, which is nice to see. Roberto in P4. Joe in 5th. Conquest in 6th. Rich in 7th. Carty in 8th. Chapelli set his best time on the medium, so that's where he'll be starting. RZDB rounds up your top 10. And we've got Niels, Carmed, Faber, and Owen. But then we've got Lorenzo and Cam K do not need their lap time. I think it might be quali banned. I'm not entirely sure. So we'll have to find out as Put is predicting a Chapelili masterclass. And it is a dry race again. So similar conditions to what I experienced in ILR7. So it must be the jinx that I have. So, and Paul McGuinness in the chat, he wants a podium and he's hungry for it. So he is desperate to hold on to that position. He's done very well with battles in the past, especially last week, that switchback. So maybe he can do well here. Corey's rooting for Ritson. So quite a few mixture of people supporting each other. So we'll just have to find out. As the drivers are about to get ready and we will find out who's on which tyres today. I don't think we have both for St. Noakes. Dane Starr could not make it today, so we've just got Ritson. So he has, when he goes to the pits, he doesn't have to worry about all of his teammates going to the pits. He doesn't have to worry. So here we go. As we're going in a formation lap. It looks very hot today in Spain. So typical Spain weather here. So let's just get to the tyre compound. So nobody has chose to use the super softs, which I think is the best option because the super softs don't tend to last very long in Spain, especially in these kind of temperatures. So here we go. As we've got, let's just go through the bottom lot because I've already explained what the top 10 will be qualifying on. So Niels, Carmeds and Faber, they'll be starting on the mediums. That'll be interesting to see because if they can make their stints last a bit longer and try and get the cut working. And then we got Owen, Lorenzo and Cam K who choosing to opt for the softs. Now, I think in terms of soft strategy, probably pit around lap 13 to 17, I think. I pitted around lap 15. I probably could have lasted a little bit longer. But again, we'll have to wait and see. I keep saying I need to wait and see. But we've got 33 laps of craziness. Hopefully, everyone will make it way cleanly. But I did say that last week. And it was like lap 1 carnage. So, I'm possibly to blame for that. So for those of you that are just watching, welcome to ILR5. The race is just about to begin. I will be checking the chat throughout the race. So if you do want to get involved, let me know. And there's one thing I forgot to do actually, is retweet the ILR tweet. So, which I usually forget to do. So, yes. Here we go. We are about to get underway here in Catalonia. Some of the guys want to get redemption. Some of the guys want to continue where they started. Can we see a different winner? Or will any of the 3 winners this season stop that from happening? Let's find out. As the last drivers are going on the grid. So we're about to get ready for the 5 red lights. It is getting super hot around here. The lights are working this time, which is good news. So we've got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are underway here in China. It looks like a pretty decent start from Ritson, but we got the Haas of Joe having a very dropping a few positions, and we got the Ferrari trying to hold on as well. Looks like it made it cleanly so far going into turn 1, which is pretty good to see, but I might have spoken too soon. No, I haven't. There's a few people who've dropped positions, quite a few people that gained positions as well. Shapalili, I think, is one of the biggest losers. Shapalili's dropped it down into 11th, and Niels has dropped it as well. Carmez has dropped it as well. So Berto, he's doing really well, staying in 4th position. Joe right on the back of Roberto Mancini in sector 1, and we've got Niels, and Rich has lost it. Already lost it completely. So let's go on board with Rich actually. Yep, he's lost it a little bit there, so he might have to go into the pits. But let's see what Joe has to do. There's no DRS enabled at this stage. They're going to rely on the slipstream, but we've got Verstappen and Ritson having a little bit of a fight there. Ritson managing to hold on to Verstappen ever so slightly. Approaching turn number 12 now, which is very crucial. This time, Verstappen and Ritson on similar strategies. The last few races, Verstappen and Ritson are on different strategies, but not tonight. They're probably going to get it through turn 1. We'll just have to find out. Joe and Roberto quite close to each other as well, so I'll keep my eye on that as well as we go through the race. But I don't think Verstappen is closing up to Ritson enough. So let's go on board with Joe. And Roberto then staying behind. Jay Carty doing good as well. And still in 6th place. So I need to actually remember to do the Supercharge Award today. For those of you that don't know, I've introduced this when I was doing ILR3 Xbox commentary with Jet. Basically, the person that's gained the most positions at the end of lap 2, they get an award. And what do they get? Prize. That's all they get. So that is all they get is pride. So we'll just have to find out who gets it this time. So meanwhile, we got an interesting battle as well happening for the points. We've got Owen Wyatt closing up to Conquest Aldo in the Toro Rosso. He's going to get some slipstream. He's going to try and see if he can take the left-hand side. Oh, there's a little bit of contact from the pair of them, but I think Owen manages to gain a position. Yes, he does. He's up into 8th place. So a very good start from him. So let's see who gets the Supercharger Award this week. We're just going to wait until everybody is crossed the line before we can do that. And we're still seeing, I think we're going to see probably the most battles this race in the midfield. And I will try to cover as much of the midfield as possible, and also the lead as well. Paul McGuinness right behind Verstappen though, so I'll keep my eye on that. We also got Joe, and we got Conquest trying to make the move done as well. Jay Carty right on the back of Joe CNUFC. So let's get the positions up. Oh, is Jay Carty went a bit wide. We have got an even spread for Supercharge at the moment. We've got Farber and Owen White all both gained 6 positions. So I'm going to wait another lap to see if any of these guys can do it. Cam Cage has made his way past Carmed. The top 5 still in their starting positions. So Owen is quite closing up to Farber. Now if Owen makes the move now, that'll be the award decided for the race. We'll have to find out. Let's see if he can make a replica move like he did to Conquest. Much better line on that exit in lap 3 as he's almost being pushed a little bit, going side by side. Farber manages to just hold on to 7th. Only just though. A little bit of a mistake from Farber as Owen makes his way past him. Yes, he does. He's in 7th position, so good. So he's the biggest gainer and he's the winner of the Supercharge Award this week. So well done to him. He gets pride. I need to actually make a championship and see who's got the most. Cause I don't know who got it in the first race, so we'll have to find out as well. So let's jump back to our race leaders. Verstappen and Ritson, 2 attempts separated between each other now. So I wonder what is going to happen here between these two. Verstappen is going to get DRS. So he's going to have much better grip. He's going to have much better slipstream as well. And I wonder if Paul McGuinness can catch up as well. Pretty much a very clean start for most of them actually. Apart from Lorenzo. Now Lorenzo had to go into the pit. Everyone else I think has recovered from that damage. Now Verstappen. He's going to try and dive it in, but he stays put at this moment in time. You can see the Ferraris right on the back of him. So he's got to be on the attack as well. So again, we will have to wait and see what happens as we go on in to this race. And I can hear myself, and I don't really want that to happen. There we go. So we're approaching lap 5 now. Let's see what Verstappen can do on the left-hand side into turn 1. He's going to try and take the right-hand side. Ritson on a defensive, but it's going to be ever so close on that tight little kink. And look like Verstappen just holds the lead, but can Ritson get the switch back? Maybe not. Verstappen just gets the lead there. But Ritson is not giving up. Looks like Paul McGuinness is going to try and capitalise and see if any of these guys can make a mistake. Paul's hand is playing up today, and whatever result he's probably going to be very happy anyway. So, and he's doing very well so far. And a few gainers, and the biggest loser actually has got to be RZDB. He has dropped 5 positions. And he's all the way down in 15th place. So he's got some making up to do. So Farber though is now going to probably see if he can try and get the position of Owen Wyatt back. And he's got Conquest right behind him as well. I don't think Owen will have DRS. No, he won't. He's 2 seconds behind J Cardi. So Farber is going to get DRS. He is weaving a little bit on those mediums. Maybe he is struggling a little bit to get the mediums up to temperature. Only time will tell. Conquest going to have benefit of slipstream and DRS. So is Farber. He's going to take the right-hand side. Owen Wyatt covers that off brilliantly. Not much contact from these two, which is really, really good. Some clean racing from the pair of them. As they're probably going to be battling pretty much for most of this race, I think, I predict. And this will be Farber's best result if he keeps it like that. So, because he's had a few retirements so far this season. Let me just check where he finished last race. Last race he was... I'm losing track here. I don't know. Farbird's got DNF last week. He's in 20th at the moment. So if he gets some points, that'll be very good for the Williams team. So, got some nice spicy battles. And Spain usually in real life doesn't tend to bring some good battles, really, to be honest. It's more like a testing track. But I think this race, it's bringing more battles than the real life race, I must say. It was starting to see penalties, both from Owen and Paul McGuinness there, both 3 seconds. So I did say we're going to see our first ones, but I don't think we're going to see that many. But if we do see many, it'll probably be around about turn 12, possibly turn 7 and 8 as well, potentially, on that tough little chicane. A nice helicopter views, quite nice. And Umberto's not far behind his teammate. Neil, I think, has just gone past Carmed's into turn number 1. So Neil's is up into 13th. Now, everyone still intact at the moment, which is good. Hopefully we don't get much retirements this race, but you never know. It is not over until the fat lady sings. What happened with Ritson there? I completely lost what happened with Ritson. I think a big both the Ferraris managed to overtake Ritson. That we didn't see there. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite catch the battle, but Roberto's right behind his teammate. Luckily, no Ferrari team orders just yet. And it was a shame in the real-life Baku Grand Prix that the Ferrari didn't really help Leclerc's strategy. It was a bit of a shame, really, to be honest. But they are much nicer about it. I think the Ferrari crew are much nicer in this race. Ritson has got some making up to do if he wants to make them past Ferrari drivers. And he's going to try and make the dive into turn number 1. Doesn't quite do it on this occasion. Has a little bit of a slide almost. But Paul manages to pull away from his teammate quite comfortably. But he's gone and breathing at his neck. That's allowing Verstappen to go past. We do have a yellow flag. It's probably not going to tell me what the yellow flag is. Yellow flag is set to 2. I don't see anyone dropping position, so I'm not going to bother with that at the moment. So I'm not going to look at that because usually this game just says, oh, there's a yellow flag, but just doesn't tell. It just gives random yellow flags. I've noticed that when I was racing, actually. I see yellow flags, but I don't see what it's for. So, anyway, Ritson's still behind the 2 Ferraris. So I wonder if Roberto's going to try and cover off, help Paul out trying to defend. And probably Paul might do the same thing as... Yeah, we've got... Oh, no, it's Chapalili. Chapalili's lost it just before the DRS straight. This has gone from bad to worse for Chapalili. He's had a really bad race so far. Chapalili hasn't been very consistent. He's, the only time he's finished properly was that he got a win in China. That was the only time that he finished properly. So, and Rich has got a time penalty as well. So that's probably going to put Huberto more in contention. Now, Chapalili is going to be forced to go into the pits onto 7 mediums. So he'll probably be forced to go on a 2-stop, or will he go on another 7 mediums again? That is very bad for Chapalili fans, I must say. But let's jump back to the battle for the lead. As it's now 3.4 seconds between Verstappen and Paul. For 4 tenths behind Roberto, and then it's Ritson 5 tenths, and it's Joe as well. So it's pretty much a 4-car train. The Paul McGee train, should I say. With Paul McGuinness leading the train. As Roberto trying to make the move around the outside. Almost, that was a bit of a contact. Ritson and Roberto made in contact. Ritson's going to have to force, and he got hit again by the Williams. Oh, no, he got hit, he spun, and then the Williams had nowhere to go. Ritson has just gone from bad to worse. I swear, I think there's one thing I can say in this race, in ILR5, the person that starts on pole hardly ever goes on to win the race. And that is it. Ritson will have to pit again. Well, Ritson will have to pit. RZDV will have to pit as well. That pushes Rich up into 7th place. And whilst we've seen that bottle, Huberto just made its way past Paul and up into 2nd. And Faber has now retired from the session, so that is his race over. So he's had two DNFs in a row, which is a bit of a shame. Let's jump for the battle for 8th. Cam K made his way past Conquest. A little bit of a slide from Cam K. His tyres are starting to struggle, so he may have to pit a little bit. Well, let me just check the tyres actually. And he was the one who did pit quite early. Actually, no, he did pit quite early. Chapolini going onto the soft, so he will have to pit again, I reckon, for another. I think Chapolini will probably go for a set of the supers, I think, towards the end. That's what I reckon anyway. It's a little bit too further back at the moment, so let's jump to 4th. As Joe's right behind Paul McGuinness now. It's going to be pretty... Oh, Paul has lost it. He's almost... Oh, he's hit his front. He lost a bit of his end plate there. I think I gave him a little bit of commentator's curse. My first commentator's curse of the stream. I said I was hoping he was going to get a podium. There he is. Boom. And he's left the session. So... yeah, he's disconnected. I think he must have had a lag spike. That probably, it was a lag spike, I think. Yeah. So, that is very unfortunate for Paul McGuinness. So, that leaves Huberto to really make sure that he does well for the team. There we go. Paul McGuinness dropping all the way down to 11. That was definitely a lag spike. Because otherwise he wouldn't have left the session like that. Chapolini setting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. So that jumps the order quite significantly. So that now pushes the 2 Red Bulls into contention now. With the Haas as well. Possibly. The only people that have won so far this season is Owen Wyatt, Chapolini and Ritson. Verstappen is looking very comfortable in first, but he's going to be the first person to go into the pits then, and he is going on to a set of the mediums. So there he goes. He's been held up in the pits quite a bit actually. No, he hasn't. And he is going to go behind the Force India of Rich. So, there he goes. I'm going to get the leader gap, actually, to see where he's in compared to the rest of the field. I think he's going to comfortably, come back in the lead once the others pit. Unless the other guys can stretch their stints a little bit. We still got Niels and Cards on the medium tyres, though. And they've been forced to pit quite early, so they'll be stretching their stints a bit more. And Paul McGuinness has been forced to pit, and he's probably going to go onto a set of mediums until the end of the race. So, I think he was planning to pit. Nope, he's going on the softs. So, let me just check actually. Hold on, let me jump in. Let's see what tyres he is on. He is on the softs, I think. Yeah, he's on the softs. So, yeah, he is doing a 2-stop, I reckon. I'm quite surprised that quite a lot of people are opting for 2-stop. There was quite a few people in ILR5 when I was racing doing the 2-stop. My teammate did the 2-stop actually. I think I should have done the 2-stop, to be honest. But hey ho, lessons learned. Maybe the 2-stop might be a bit faster, but there are a few tracks on this game where the 2-stop is faster, but they're not going to be in this season. So most of these tracks are 1-stop. As Owen Wyatt goes into the pits, Cam K goes into the pits. He's going on to semi, and so is Joe. They're going to come out just as Verstappen goes comfortably ahead of both of them, actually. So there we go. So it looks like the order's going to remain unchanged then. And when they do decide to pick, Huberto and Jay Carty will still have to. Jay Carty did have to wait for his teammate. So Jay Carty will come in the next couple of laps to do his start. So apologies about the bangs, that is my phone because I am checking the chat at the exact same time here. So we are pretty much almost halfway this Grand Prix Roberto is leading on track, but the net leader at the moment is Verstappen. And we won't know who's in net second until probably in about a few laps' time. As Roberto comes in, is Jay Carty going to come in? Yes, he does. So, let's follow Verstappen then. As he goes towards the final corner, he's almost being held up by the medium runners, but luckily they're pulling away anyway, so it doesn't matter. So let's see where Verstappen ends up in relation to Roberto and Jay Carty. It's going to be close, way in front of them, by 6 seconds. So, actually no, by 2 seconds. Oh, that was close. That was close by the Toro Rosso and the Haas. They're having their little battle up front. They're on same tyres, so technically this is for position to see if they can get the cut when they go into the pits. And tyres do tend to last the mediums do tend to last quite a bit as well. So again, we will have to wait and see as Niels is going to almost tried to take the left-hand side line there, but couldn't quite make it out. He's got Verstappen right behind him, so I wonder if Niels is being told that someone has got better tyre life than them and to let him pass. As they're choosing to sail, they're going to go side by side then into the start-finish straight, Carls and Niels. That's probably going to put a lot of pressure on Verstappen because he's got to try and build a gap between him and Roberto. So Verstappen is looking for any of the guys to make a mistake. Niels manages to gain a position from Carmed. I think Carmed's going to let Verstappen through. Yes, he does. So Verstappen now up into P2. Well, and he's going to take the lead on the track maybe as well. Now, due to the fact that most people pitted, let's go back to the interval thing. Now, if any of you guys want me to create a supercharged table, I would happily do that. As I did see someone almost going a little bit wide there into the DRS straight there. Almost lost it a bit, but no harm done. So we've got battle for 6th, also battle for 4th as well, approaching as well. Verstappen really has to make his way past Niels if he wants to get that job done. But I don't think he is going to make the way past, which is going to cost him a little bit. He's got to do it soon. I think he's just trying to find that pure pace. But he's going to get to a point that Roberto can catch up to him if he doesn't make way past. Niels and Verstappen still fighting on the track. But Verstappen manages to make his way past Niels. Now, let's just go on board with the battle for 7th, as I think Owen goes past his teammate. Now up into 6th place. And he's got to now challenge Joe for 5th. The championship is wide open. And he really wants to be ahead of his championship rivals. At the moment, the only championship rival Owen is behind is Verstappen. The rest of his championship rivals, they're right behind them. So, he's going to do quite well. And look at Joe though, he is really gaining the speed on Roberto Mancini. Roberto would have the better tyre life, so maybe his defence will be a little better than the other guys. We'll have to find out, as I'm about to hear myself once again and I don't really want that. So here we go then, as we approach the start finish straight then. Roberto's going to get the better grip, but I wonder if he's going to get the move on this occasion. No, he does not. A little bit too further back, but he's still under DRS range, so maybe he'll get the move done sooner rather than later. Now at the back, they got some ground to make up for them. It's really going to be, at the back, it's going to be really about a damage limitation race for them, really. They were hoping for much better than this, but maybe they can... Oh, no, RZDB has had a problem. Where's that, I wonder? He's dropped it down to 13th, I think. But I don't think it was that big of a problem. It was just the yellow flags telling us there was a problem, but there wasn't, so... Stupid yellow flags. Quite a lot of people are in DRS range of each other. Shapalili is in DRS range of Ritson for about the points. I will check the penalties soon as well, just to see how people do on penalties. So I wonder how that's going to play out here. If you're liking the stream so far, don't forget to click the like button. And just to point out, actually, Inside Live Racing Twitter, we're not that far off 2,000 followers. So if you're not following the ILR Twitter already, give us a follow, because it will be nice to get ILR, the Inside Line Racing Twitter. Oh no, as Shapalili gets 3-second time penalty. It will be amazing if we can get the ILR Twitter to 2,000 followers before ILR's second birthday. That'll be superb. And Shapalili's going to try and make the move around Ritson, but not quite enough pace. So I'm just actually going to see how many followers Inside Line Racing is on now. We are on 1,975. Can we reach 2,000 by the end of the stream, I wonder? We'll have to wait and see. Share the followers with your friends, peeps. And we're still falling the battle with Ritson and Shapalili, though, as Shapalili's going to do all he can to try and get past Ritson. Really tight from the both of them, going through the start of the very windy section of the circuit. Ritson now up into 11. RZDV getting that time penalty. And quite a lot more time penalties than we thought. Ritson really holding his line very well here from Shapalili. Usually sometimes the best battles happen at the back. And it is between one of the two championship contenders. Pretty much, considering how close the championship is, the top 7 are separated by 8 points. That's how close it is. And there's some people not racing tonight. Now, let's jump between Carmez and Uberto, because I think Uberto made its way past Carmez. So that is very good for them. Apart from that, still not much battles happening at the moment, as Josie and UFC is right behind Carmez. And he's going to do all he can to try and get the position back from him. And also let us know in the chat as well, what's been, if you've had any favourite Spain moments, let us know. As all Carmez missed the opportunity there, as Joe is now up into 4th place. Good job from Joe. Let's see how many positions he's gained this race. He's gained a 1. Cam K having a good recovery from the last place. He's starting last and he's all the way up into 8th. So he's, according to him, he's having a very good race, a good recovery drive from him. As Cam K makes another position made, and he's up into P7. So at the moment, Cam K could be a potential candidate for driver of the day. Oh no, what happened to Carmed? Let's go on board with Ritson. Oh no, Carmed has binned it in the pit lane. That is really unfortunate for Carmed. I wonder if he still got served as well. He might have done as well. But let's go back with Shapalili and Ritson going into turn 1. Ritson gets, and Shapalili almost gets the outside. Shapalili goes off the circuit a little bit there. That's going to give Ritson a little bit of breathing space. And there he is, Ritson still in P10 in the points. Now, I wonder how teammates are going to work, how the teammates are going to cooperate here, how are they going to know about the penalties and stuff like that, or are they just going to run their own races? Looks like they will try to run their own races by the looks of things. As Chapelli doing a little bit of weaving there, so it's probably his tyres probably getting a bit hot, or he's trying to get a little bit of temperature into his tyres. But already Verstappen, 8.2 seconds. That'll be crazy, to be honest, if we see a 4th different winner in a row. It is looking likely because the winners we've had so far, Ritson and Chapelli, 10th and 11th right now. Owen Wyatt in 5th, so he's looking. Owen is looking for a very good result here in Spain. He is known to do quite well in Spain, actually. He's had a few seasons where in season 4 where he didn't do well, but I think he did well in season 3. I think. Not gonna jinx anything more because otherwise that's gonna cost quite a few people time. As Jay Carty has got for another 3-second time penalty, we have a yellow flag in set to 3. And the game is probably not going to tell me where, is it? It's probably... I'm looking to see if anyone has dropped positions. Looks like no one's dropped positions, so... Looks like we are all okay. So let us know in the chat also who you're rooting for to win this race. Usually sometimes... looks like Chapelli is going to challenge Ritson again. Full position. This is crazy. It's for the last point. They're on similar penalties. They got to make it count. And that's what they're doing. But also there's a battle for second. As do Beto and Niels. But Niels has been on those tyres for quite a long time. Let me just check actually. Is Ritson and Chapelli going to the pits? Niels has been on those mediums for 20 laps already. So he will have to pit soon. He's got Joe keeping in company right behind him. Chapelli, I think, is gonna get the position in the pits, which is going to be very crucial. So we may see a titanic battle to see who gets out of the pits first, and then possibly a close battle from them. So we will watch them as soon as possible. And Chapelli and Ritson are going on to the soft tyres. So they're going to try and see if they can climb their way back through the field with those soft tyres. We have seen it work in the past in some races, so you never know. As Joe's still on the back of Niels. I'm sure he'll probably get the move done soon. As Joe's just given a little bit of a warning light because he is running a bit low on fuel at the moment. That is what the yellow warning light is for. You are running too much fuel on the rich mixture and you have to turn it down. As Joe goes and takes the left-hand sideline, and he does it with ease. His tyres were better, 11 newer tyres than him. He's now up into 3rd, and Lorenzo is now out of this race. Not quite sure what happened to him. And I can't really follow someone else who's doing it, so I can't really, to be honest. So, now, the lead is still unchanged. So, but looks like Humberto's got some work to do if he wants to try and hold on to P2, because he's got Joe closing up on him like a hawk at the moment. Oh no, I spoke too soon. Joe's lost it. He spun on the DRS straight. Oh my god, Joe. No. That is another spin here in Spain. His tyres are not going to do him a well of good here. And he has dropped it down into 9th place. He's behind Aldo in the Toro Rosso. So that is costing him quite a bit of time. So Niels is going into the pits. So we could see a potential for change maybe. Joe almost pinned it in the pits. That would have been a disaster. Rich is now up into 6th. Oh no, Joe's got a 5-second. Pretty much, we've got quite a few penalties here. If it stays like this, Verstappen will be 1st, Humberto will be 2nd. And I'm not sure about 3rd because did Jay Carty get a penalty? I will check in a few laps' time. This race hasn't been that bad, but I think it's mainly usually Spain is usually mainly about strategy more than anything else. And it is quite difficult to make some overtakes, but not as hard as some tracks. As RZDV is in the pits. Joe has been forced to pit also on to another set of the soft tyres. So it'll be interesting who's going to make it work. So we've got 10 more laps to go of this Spanish Grand Prix. This is absolutely crazy right now that this championship's all going to be close down to the wire. I like championships like that. There's another league where I was commentating. I'm not going to say what, but we didn't know who was going to win the championship until the final race. We could potentially see that today in this championship, which will be good. I like championships that go down to the wire because usually at this stage, you know who's in the pecking order, who's out of the running, who's leading everybody else. But we don't know that at the moment. We don't know who is going to be at the moment. We've got potentially 4 or 5 cars that could potentially win this championship, probably more as well. Because if we have 4 different winners, potentially 4, but it's just crazy. I think the only potential battle that we've got is between the 2 teammates, Owen Wyatt and Jay Carty. So I think that's the only one we're going to see on track. Now, Jay Carty in P13 in this championship. If he gets a podium or P4, that will push him up. I think that will push him up ahead of Danestar, I think. Which will be good news for him. And he's dropped down behind his teammate, RZDV, gaining another penalty. How many penalties he is now? Now, let's go back with Shapalili, actually, because Shapalili is still behind Joe now. Joe's been played in the picture. He was in the battle for 4th and 5th. Now he's in the battle for the points. Because 2 points is better than 1 point. But 1 point is better than no points. So, but does Joe know that Shapalili has got a penalty? I'm just actually going to actually, let's just follow this battle quickly. To see if Shapalili's going to make the move. Joe tries to cover it off. They're going to be going side by side, going into turn number 1. And Shapalili easily gets the move done there. No challenge from Joe. He's up into 8th. Now, let's check the penalties, actually, before I forget. But in particular, Shapalili and Joe. So, Joe... I know Shapalili's got Joe's got a stop go. I think he served his stop. Yeah, he served his stop go, I think. No, he might have. I'm not entirely sure. Shapalili has got a penalty. And how about Verstappen? I don't think Verstappen's got any penalties. No, but he's only got 1 warning. Roberto, he's on his final warning. So if Roberto Mancini gets another warning, then that's it, he gets a penalty. And Shapalili has done just that. Shapalili has got himself another penalty. So that's probably going to put Joe right in front of him on track. So this is going to be tight. And let's check the penalties up front as well between the last of the podium positions. Cam K, he's on 2 warnings. Jay Carty is on a penalty and a warning. Owen, he is on 1 penalty and a warning. So the 2 teammates, pretty much even Stevens at the moment in terms of warnings. That's probably why they were put together, because they were so even on pace. So, and in other leagues as well, there are a few people saying that they were looking strong in Spain anyway. So it is good to see the strongness. Why did I say strongness? I don't know, but Joe is still tucking off to the back of Shapalili. But he's a little bit too further back, so I don't think he could have a chance unless... And the good thing is, to be honest, with Shapalili is going to finish this race. So, because Shapalili, I think, got a disconnection last time about. Joe is running really low on ERS though. Shapalili's still on 34%. So, this is going to make some very good ground for force Shapalili to possibly go and pull a little bit of a gap. Because ERS is crucial around here. I say, because obviously I had the same experience when I was doing ILR7 earlier. It uses quite a lot of ERS because it's hot, but it does depend on the weather. But I think the only wet race we've had was in Australia. The rest have been sunny, sunny, sunny. So I wonder if we will see a... I'm probably going to predict we could see a wet race in Australia. I think if there is a wet race, it probably might be Australia. But what shall I say? And we've got the warning light coming on for Joe. So he is pushing a little bit on his fuel. But he is still keeping up with Shapalili quite considerably there. So tyre life. The soft runners are catching up to the mediums, but not quite enough. Niels not catching up to his teammate as far as he would have liked at this stage. Now, let us know in the comments, in your predictions, who you think is going to get this win. Now, we're always certain who's going to win, but who's going to get the podium spots? Who's going to get the final point spots? Out of the finishes, only 3 could not get points. You'll have more of a chance than gaining points and not gaining points. But I think Paul McGuinness, due to the laggy experience, I think he's a lap down. I think he hasn't joined the session. Oh no, he's still disconnected. I think that's his internet buggered, I think. That's why he's a lap down. But Shapalili still ahead of Joe. Joe's going to do all he can here. It's the only battle we are seeing on track, so it's going to be absolutely intense right here as we go towards the final stages. Now, if it stays like this result, Verstappen will be leading the championship. And I'm not going to make any other calculations until the result is over. Because all I know is Verstappen, I think, is going to win with a 12.5 second gap. Ritson was in that form of domination in Bahrain. Verstappen is showing that same sort of domination here in Spain. Now Joe's going to have another chance this time. Maybe not. Maybe not this time. He's got to be careful. He's still got this yellow light flashing. Conquest is going into the pits. So that is... Oh. Is he going for... He must be going for fastest lap. Yeah, he is. As he's going on to a set of the super soft tyres. So there he goes. He goes out of the pit lane. And he's going to... I think he probably might catch up to Niels. You never know. You never know. And he comes up just up in front of Shapalili then. Can he set fastest lap? He is known for setting fastest lap at the last minute. He got the fastest lap in Australia, I believe. So maybe he could get one here today. You never know. So Joe is out of DRS range of Shapalili. Jay Carty, I think it's going to be DRS up in front of his teammate. But I wonder if he's going to stay there. I wonder if he's going to get this car to the end of the race. Or is he going to challenge his teammate for the podium? But whatever happens for both of these teammates, it's going to look good for the constructors. There's both Red Bulls, P3 and P4. That's going to help their case at the moment. So I think the Red Bull crew are going to try and concentrate on getting both their cars home. I think I think, to be honest, in real life, that will be the focus. But I can tell Jay Carty's got the hunger in his eyes. He would want to get past his teammate. He's around about 6/10 behind him. I think both of them must be feeling the pressure a little bit. You never know. And we got... I think someone is lapping. I think we got someone behind us, a lap down, I think. So I was wondering if there was a battle close by, but I don't know at the moment. Joe still 6/10 behind Shapalili. I will jump to a battle as I see fit. I think now in Jay Carty, he's going to challenge for the final podium position at the last possible moment. It's good to see. We haven't seen battles for the podiums in ages. So we usually see battle for the lead on the last lap, but never a podium. So we've got the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix then. Jay Carty's going to get DRS. He's a little bit too further back on this occasion, but we'll have to wait and see. He's around about 7/10 behind his teammate. Is he going to try? He's a bit closer now. RZDB is really stacking on the amount of penalty. Oh no! Owen White getting a time penalty, and yeah, he is being forced to let his teammate through. And that looks like he's probably lost 2 positions because Camke's only got no penalties. So that, I think that'll be 5th place for him. But that'll still be a podium for Red Bull, so that'll be good. So that is not what he wants to do right now. He was hoping he was going to get it, but no. But he's still going to be, I think, because Ritson is not going to get any points. I think Owen is going to be in P2, so he's going to jump Ritson in the championship, and he's going to be P2 in the championships behind Verstappen. So Verstappen is going to go on the final lap. Camke goes past. Oh, he is struggling with his tyres, I think, by the looks of things. I think it must be his tyres, because he's going to have Rich catching up sooner or later, and then it's going to be another position lost. So, but meanwhile, a guy that hasn't been struggling on his tyres is this man here. Verstappen. I am not sure if he's had a win in ILR before. Anyone in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but has he had a win in ILR before? Because I don't think he has. I might be wrong. But if he has, I probably wasn't paying attention to ILR4 last season. But anyway, he's controlled this race from the start. He didn't get pole, but he got the jump that he needed to gain the win that he needed. So here we go, approaching the final 2 corners. Well, not the final 2 corners, penultimate corners coming up now. He is going to be so delighted about his position. We have had a 4th different pole sitter here in ILR5, and we're going to get the double here. We're going to have a 4th different winner of this championship, and it goes to Verstappen. Well done to him. He extends his lead in the Drivers' Championship. Great on him. Roberto is going to get a fantastic result, and he's going to go up into P2. And Jay Carty is going to be in P3. So he's going to get his best result of the season. He wasn't looking very confident going into this race, but he's going to be very delighted with that result. Cam K in 4th. Owen White in 5th, but Rich pips in because Owen White has got penalties. But again, that is his best result in a couple of races, Owen. So you'll be alright about that, I think. Niels in P7. Now, Niels, I think, is going to get his first point. Yeah, Niels is going to get his first point. So that is good for Niels. And that's going to be another 8 for Conquest. Joe is going to get 9th, and Shapalili gets the final point, which he needs. Oh, no, Ritson's out of the session. How did he die? Did he die on the final corner? Oh, no. He bins it in the wall. Oh, that is unfortunate. So that now puts RZDV in 11th. So we did have a few finishes then. So we are about to get the podium, and your man here, Verstappen, a fantastic race. And to be honest, all I can say now that watch out for this guy. He is going to be a championship contender. He's been showing... my mic's gone crazy. But anyway, he's shown some very consistent results so far. The only bad result he got was P12 in Australia. But apart from that, he never finished lower than 4th. So here are your results then for ILR5. Verstappen takes the win with Huberto in P2. Jay Carty, the Scottishman, in 3rd. Cam K, his best result was P3 in Australia. So to get a P4 is pretty good for Cam K. And Rich in 5th, Owen in 6th, Niels in 7th, Conquest in 8th, Joe in 9th, Shapalili in 10th. Who got fastest lap? It was Ritson. So Ritson 97, he DNF'd, but he still got some glory anyway, and he got a fast lap of a 1:19.8. So, yes. Why does my mic keep going down again? That is crazy. Anyway, so that is it then for ILR5. So, once again, we have had a different pole sitter. Once again, we have had a different winner. And once again, we have had 2 more different podium sitters of Jay Carty and Alberto. Verstappen is the only person to get a podium twice. So he's broken that streak. This championship is going to go wide open. But we'll just have to wait and see. Can any of the guys in the top 5 close up to Verstappen in the next race? The next race is Austria. I am very looking forward to Austria. It's one of my favourite races to commentate on and to race on. Not much place of overtaking, but so much power needed. You can go full throttle for most of it. It's going to be great. So make sure you tune in same time next week for that. We've got ILR Xbox on tomorrow at 7:30. We've got ILR 1, 2 and 4 on Twitch. More information on which Twitch they'll be on will be posted on the ILR Twitter. So make sure you watch out for that. And ILR3 will be on YouTube. And I'll be commentating on ILR3. So if you want to match and check ILR3. Joking, you don't have to. You can choose whichever one you want to tomorrow. And on Sunday, we have got ILR 1, 2, 3 and 4 for PS4. We've got ILR 1 at 5 o'clock, ILR 2 and 3 at 7, and ILR Americas at 10 PM UK time. So, that's the end of this stream. Thank you so much for watching. And we will see you same time next week, 8 o'clock, for the Austrian Grand Prix. I bottled that end of the stream already. Typical. Anyway, thanks for watching. And have a good rest of your evening, guys. And good night.